Hey everyone, this is Voltage Development or Volts Dev here, and in this video I'm actually going to be doing a little bit of a review of two different types of dialogue systems in the Godot game engine. So I'm not entirely sure how much you guys know about Dialogic, and I don't know how much you guys know about the Dialogue Manager. Now, the only difference between Dialogic and Dialogue Manager is Dialogic is currently in its alpha stages. So not even beta stages, but yeah, alpha stages. So it's still very, very early in its development. But the Dialogue Manager is, well, apparently it's more complete. But personally, I actually like Dialogic rather than Dialogue Manager, and I'm going to show you why. So first of all, we've got a example project here which is basically brand new, and to actually bring Dialogue Manager into this project we need to go to Asset Library and then type in Dialogue Manager, and it's the third one. Well, the third one, it's called Dialogue Manager 3. Anyway, so all we have to do is just download and then install, and then it just says this, and we import an asset, okay, and now it's all installed. Now let's go ahead and open up a 2D scene, because why not? And first of all, let's just create a random script on it called no2d, because sure. And before we do absolutely anything though, let's go ahead and go over to project settings, and then go over to plugins, and actually enable it so that it pops up over here as dialogue. And something that we forgot to do is actually save this scene, and let's just save it as no 2D because like, why not? So let's go ahead and go over to dialogue and click on the plus. Now I'm actually going to create a folder. Let's just call this dialogue timelines, because that's kind of what we're making is a timeline. It's like a sequence of dialogue happening. So yeah, dialogue timelines, and let's just call this timeline 1 test. And now we have actually got a template to work with, because if you didn't have like a template like this, you'd be staring at a blank template, and a part of you would be like wondering, how do I even start this, you know? So the fact that we've got a template to start off with is really, really nice, because you can like have a look at these and think to yourself like, what do these mean? And like, versus like start again, we've got this sort of syntax here to go back to start. So if you change this to like main, then this is going to have a highlighted error to say that, oh, you can't do this because it's the wrong name. It's not start, it's main. So let's put it back to start for now. And just like that is great. Now, the simplest way to test this out is click on this sort of arrow thing up here, and it says test dialog from start file. So let's just do that. And it will load this up, and just straight off the bat, dialog pops up with a name, and you even get choices, which is brilliant. So let's go for the first one. Okay, so we'll pick the first one. Okay, great. And for more information, see the online documentation. And that is it. So now let's go ahead and look at Dialogic. Now, unfortunately, you can't actually add Dialogic in through the asset library. For some reason it's not available through it, because if I type in Dialogic, nothing pops up. So what you have to do is you actually have to get it downloaded from GitHub and externally download it, and then drag it into your resources to add it in. Okay, so I've now got my files open. You can't see them right now, but I've got my files open, and so all I have to do is just drag in the add-ons into the resources, and like just wait a little bit, because it can be a little bit slow sometimes. And here we go, it is now importing in, and it's already there. Okay, so now let's go over to project settings, and then plugins, and then enable this. Now, I think this actually does take a little bit longer than the Dialogue Manager, and only because this one's got a more... it's got a bigger system compared to Dialogue Manager. And now it is fully activated, and we can see Dialogic over here, and we can even see Dialogic here. Now, I'm confused why it says Dialogic 2. I mean, I suppose it's because it says 2.0 alpha, so it's like version 2, and that's why it says Dialogic 2, but you have Dialogic 2, but you also have Welcome to Dialogic. It's a little weird, I guess you can brush past it, but let's go ahead and create another 2D scene, and let's just save that as, no 2D once again, and create a new script, call that no 2D as well, and let's save that. Now let's go back over to Dialogic and create a timeline, and just like with Dialogue Manager, we're going to create our own folder for it, and let's call this one Dialogue Timelines once again, and let's call this one Timeline 1. Don't need to worry about test again, it doesn't matter, just call it Timeline 1, that's what I'm calling it anyway. And so we have our Timeline 1, and as you can see, compared to Dialogue Manager, you don't have a template here to work with, to like modify or erase. You don't have a template. And whilst that is not the best thing to see, it kind of makes sense, because you do have things to play around with over here. Unlike with Dialogue Manager, you kind of don't. You just have this. Now, you do have insert, and you can insert a wave, shake. You can even insert a pause or a change in the speed typing. You even have auto advance, so like if you put in auto advance and you go through the dialogue, it doesn't need your input to advance, it just, as it says, it auto advances to the next dialogue. Plus, if you don't have anything here, because the reason why everything is here is because if you go into project settings and go to general, go all the way down and look at Dialogue Manager and go into editor, you have all of this. So I assume that if you take all of this away, then you are just left with a blank project. And if you are left with a blank project, then go to insert, title, and you can even just put a title here. First one, oh wait, let's just take that away. There we go. And now you got a separate title here. Now, when it comes to Dialogic, you can just insert text right here, just as easy as that, and just say, hello, this is some text, and yeah, just like that. And now let's play the timeline, and there you go, just some text, easy as that. Now, I did actually try to record this video like before, but because I was so confused about something, I decided to scrap the video, because I was still trying to figure out how to do like a certain thing in both Dialogue Manager and Dialogic, especially to suit my needs for a game, because it's easy to go along with the documentation or what is being said in the documentation. And to be fair, I did read the documentation quite a lot. There was some things in the documentation which kind of confused me, but I now fully understand what it means in the documentation. And what I'm trying to talk about is communication between the dialogue system and your in-game script. So as you can see, we've got a script here, and we're on the Dialogue Manager thing. So, for example, if you want to say, bring in a variable, call it player name, and give it a string. So what the developer of the Dialogue Manager said is that if you want to communicate with your script, then use an auto load. But what if you have many auto loads? You can't exactly rely on your auto load to communicate with your dialogue system, you know? So what you want to do if you want to communicate with the script that you're currently on is in the ready function, you would want to type in Dialogue Manager dot get current scene, and then equals function brackets, and then you put in get node, and then you just type in string and then dot inside. The reason why you put a dot inside and not like anything else is because you want to reference the script and the node that you are currently on, right? And the only way to do that is put a dot, because a dot means self. So now if you want to make the dialogue manager like show up in your game, then all you have to do is dialogue manager dot show dialogue balloon, and you have to get the resource. So you have to do, now I thought you would have to just get your timeline and just drag it in, but it doesn't accept that because it's just a string and it's not a specific resource. So what you have to do is cut that, type in load, and then paste it in, and now it works. But also do a comma and then type in start, because if you do not do that, I don't actually know what happens because I haven't tested it, but it's best to add in the start so that it knows where to start in your dialogue function. So now if we go ahead and press play, why? Okay, so the reason why we got an error is because I forgot to have the keyword return here. This is actually one of the things that I really dislike about Dialogue Manager, and it's because of this. You have to be like extremely specific to reference the script that you are on, or the node, or as it says here, the scene, because you know nodes are also scenes in Godot, which, because it says scene, I thought it actually meant the entire scene, but because I remember Unity a lot, that's what it reminded me of. But I have to remind myself that scene can mean singular objects, like a single node. So now that is going to work. Yep, so here this is some dialogue. Okay, so it's fine. So now, if you want to actually reference the player name, then you know what, let's just do it here. So instead of Nathan, we're going to do, well actually, let's go ahead and give it a name rather than just, actually, yeah. So let's go ahead and do player name is equal to Bob. Just Bob. So now, let's go ahead and remove Nathan and put in, don't do that. I don't know why, but like when you highlight a piece of text and you put like brackets, when you try to replace text with brackets, like when you put in brackets, why did it do that? I mean, I get why, but it's annoying. I hate how you have to remove it and then put in the brackets. I mean, it's a minor inconvenience, but it's just a little annoying. So now let's put in player name, and let's actually copy and paste this to the other Nathans, because like, yeah, why not? And now let's go ahead and play it, and it should, yeah, Bob. So when I actually tried making this video before, I tried doing this exact same thing, but it kept on giving me an error, and the only reason why is because because I already had another node and another script that opened up the dialogue manager. It was using that current scene, that current node. So if I made another node and tried to use a different string, that dialogue manager would still be using the other node, the other scene. So I have to so basically you have to use dialogue manager, get current scene, func, return, get node to override the current scene. And I assume that you would have to do this for every single dialogue. I mean, obviously you don't have to do that, but me personally, I have to do that in order for me to do it how I want to do it. Now, because you're able to actually insert a simple BB code, shake or wave into it, I really like that, because with Dialogic, it doesn't tell you that you can do that. You have to like sort of look around for it yourself, and you have to like play around to see if it actually does work. It does, but it doesn't outright tell you, which is why I really like how this just straight up tells you that you can indeed do a shake and you can indeed do a wave as well, which is really nice. But there is something that I'm not too keen on when it comes to Dialogue Manager, and that is how, I mean, it's a very minor thing. Most of what Dialogue Manager can do, you can also do in Dialogic as well, which I'm really surprised about, but really glad about. But in Dialogue Manager, something that Dialogic is able to do, but Dialogue Manager can't do, is the no skip thing. So what I'm talking about is, let's just go to Dialogic, and let's just put like a bunch of text in here. So hello, this is some text, and you will obey my every single command because I am the overlord of everything around here. So, you know, something sinister like that. Now, at the beginning here, let's just add in square brackets and type in NS. And what NS means is no skip, which means you have to let it play the text and you cannot skip it no matter what. Because you know how like in Doki Doki Literature Club or games like that, like Undertale, where you can like press a key to skip the text to the very end, this removes that. You cannot skip the text. So let's go ahead and play the timeline. And whoa, oh right, okay. So because it's wait, what is this? Wait. Okay, so I assume that that is down to text reveal skippable. Get rid of that, I guess. And oh, base delay. Let's just do that to 0. Additional delay, ignore characters. So I guess I think that's fine. But okay, let's just change this to like 5. And I have actually dabbled with the letter speed before, and for some reason you have to like save twice or something for it to like fully be saved. I don't know, like that's why I say this Dialogic is still in alpha, because it's not, there are still bugs. But anyway, let's go ahead and play the timeline again, and it should be fine this time. So now, yeah, I'm trying to skip, and like I literally cannot skip. So why does that still appear? That's weird. Oh wait, hang on a minute. What about this? Do I need to put that to 0, or I'm really confused about the whole like auto. Wait, actually, I just thought, what if I put at the end here AA equals 0, or maybe equals 0. Let's just try that. So of course, yeah, I can't skip the dialogue, but let's just wait until it's finished. Okay, so when it comes to no skipping and what AA means, it means auto advance. So like as within the dialogue manager that I've already explained, that as soon as the text is done, it auto goes on to the next text, and that's what AA means. So using a combination of no skip and AA, you can be very, very creative with that, how you do that, like making something scary, like, oh, you can't skip this, oh no, something scary is about to happen, and then as soon as it's done, like it closes your game or something like that. Now the question is, which one should you go for? Because I know for a fact that I really, really like Dialogic a lot, because it feels like it feels a bit more realized than the dialogue manager. I mean, I guess the dialogue manager is only there to sort of manage your dialogue, but Dialogic is there to, like, you know, give you an advanced system. Oh wait, I almost forgot to actually like show you how easy it is to actually communicate with your variables in Dialogic, so I'm going to show you that. So we have this script here, and let's just do variable player name once again, and do string, but this time we're not actually going to give this string a name just yet, because what I want to do is in Dialogic we're going to actually, first of all, let's just take this off, and let's just type in hello, and let's go to another text, input your name please, and then let's go over to text input, and we actually need to make a new variable. Yeah, we need to make a new variable, and over here we're gonna so variable, we're gonna call this name, like player name, and keep it as a string, and now show an input and store it into player name, and actually we can get rid of the thing underneath, and now inside of this text afterwards we're going to actually, hang on a minute, I think you can just do it like this, right? So you can just do it, hang on, so take this away and then type in node 2D dot player name, and then you just do in here hello there, although you could do that, you could just do hello there and then curly brackets node 2D dot player name. I think you can do it like that, but let's just test it out. And I just realized that I've been trying to actually open up the scene with run current scene, but we can't even do that because we haven't even opened it up yet. So let's just do dialogic dot start in the ready function, and we're going to do timeline 1. So just as simple as that, start timeline 1, and let's open this up. And now we've got this hello. So input your name please, and we're going to put in Greg. So does this work? Hello there. Okay, so it's saying try setting non-existent variable. Okay. So what I think you need to do is, instead of that, you can do player name, but afterwards set variable. So set node. Actually, you can either do it this way, or you can do this thing called text editor and set node 2d dot player name is equal to player name. I'm pretty sure that works, but there is something that I forgot to do, and that is this part. So replace that with player name, and now it hopefully should work. So now let's go ahead and put our name. So Greg. Hello there, Greg. Yep, that works. So once you have your player name, because this is using the variables inside of Dialogic, you do have to still be kind of specific, but you don't have to be as specific as Dialogue Manager, where you have to specify the scene name, because you can actually just reference the scene name like right here, and the scene doesn't have to be like an autoload, or the script doesn't have to be an autoload. So that's great. And it also works well with if statements as well. So let's just do this is a bone. I just give that a bone. And now in Dialogic, we're gonna have to do a similar thing. Just say this is a bool. Unfortunately, you do have to do it this way because, like, especially if you want to save your, well, actually, you don't have to make variables here. You can just create a dictionary and save your information inside of a dictionary. Like, you can save the string and the bool inside of a dictionary and then just load that back into Dialogic. You can also do that as well, but just for demonstration's sake, let's go ahead and we now have a bool in our Dialogic variables. So now in our timeline, we can just say condition if this is a bool is equal to true, then say yay, this is, and do curly brackets, this is a bool, so that, like, when this displays, it's going to say yay, this is true. But if it's false, then say please make this true, and then you would have to do set variable. So set variable, this is a bool, to be true. And once this is set true, go back to your script and then, well, expression. So this is a bool is equal to be node 2d dot this is a bool. Or is it the other way round? It might be. Okay, so let's just do it this way. So let's just change this back to a boolean. So this is a bool variable inside of Dialogic is now true. So now let's set another variable, and let's set this one to node 2d. I mean, it's definitely better to do this thing in text editor. It's better to do it this way because I think it reads it better this way, because if you do it in the visual editor, it will sort of revert back to it normal. So let's go ahead and do node 2D. This is a ball is equal to this is a ball. So now that should work. And hang on. Let's just now let's go. Where is it? Jump. Let's do jump. And now to this timeline at the beginning. So now once we have made the boolean true, it will go all the way back to the beginning to hello, and then it's gonna say player name, and then basically it's just gonna do the same thing again. So let's just try this. So hello there, input your name please. Okay, I'm gonna do Greg once again. Hello there, Greg. So please make this true. Okay, good. And now after this, it's gonna become true. So now hello, input your name please. Greg once again. Hello there, Greg. Yay, this is true. Okay, so as you can see, once you have made the variable inside of Dialogic true, you then make the variable inside of your script equal to the one inside of Dialogic. But you can also do it the other way around. So once the timeline has ended, so hang on, let's just do dialogic.timelineended.connect, and let's just call this one do something. And now down here we're going to do function do something, and in here we're going to do dialogic.var, and it's actually all in capitals, set variable this set variable we're setting the variable inside of Dialogic. So we're going to do this is a bool, and we're going to do this is a bool. But before we can actually call this, we're going to do this is a bool is equal to true. So once the Dialogic timeline has ended, this function will be set off, and then this will be true, and then it will set the this is a bool to be true. So you don't actually need to get set this is a bool to be true, so you can get rid of that and set this to be true. You can get rid of that as well. And let's go ahead and delete that, and now that is fine. So this should be able to go smoothly, right? So hello, input your name. Let's just blah, 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 blah. Hello there, blah, 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 blah. Please make this true. And to be fair, let's go ahead and tweak this a little bit. Let's just restart it, but after a second. So await get tree.create timer, 1 second, timeout, and then let's just do this again. So now let's put in our name once again. I switched off the setting to be able to make me skip through the dialogue. I forgot that I did that. Damn. Okay. Please make this true. Okay. And now we restart. So hello. Input your name, please. Blah, 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 blah. Hello there. Blah, blah, blah. Yay, this is true. So yes, as you can see, you can do all of the variables inside of Dialogic, or you can do the variables inside of your script. So knowing this, it has made me a lot more happy to use Dialogic. Yes, Dialogic is buggy at times, and maybe to some people it crashes, but to me, I absolutely love Dialogic, and Dialogue Manager is good, and I think it is slightly better than Dialogic because you can customize the look of your Dialogue Manager. You can customize how it looks, the style of it, but with Dialogic, it's a lot more buggy in that area, because in Dialogic you can create your own style, but you have to be very, very careful and delicate with it, because I've had many problems when it comes to creating styles, because sometimes there's just a bunch of errors, and sometimes it doesn't even show up, and sometimes... So basically what I'm saying is, whilst Dialogic is very powerful and advanced in how it handles dialogue and communication between dialogue and your script, the actual customization of the style of your actual dialogue system, how it looks, is very buggy, and I can't wait for a new update in the future which allows you to be a bit more flexible with your styles, which is why Dialogue Manager is definitely better in the department of customizing your style. I'm not saying that customizing it is like super easy with Dialogue Manager, it's just easier than Dialogic, and you might have a little bit of a better time with Dialogue Manager. But there is also one more thing that I wanted to mention, and that is one thing that I like more about Dialogic over Dialogue Manager is how Dialogue Manager doesn't have a text input. So to do the text input, you would have to sort of create it yourself, and then, funnily enough, when you create it, you can actually make a sort of text thing here. I mean, I've got nothing to actually show for it right now, but you can say like, do text input, and if you did do text input and on your script there was a text input thing to make the text input show up and then put your text in, and then it saves text input, if you have an await get tree timer, your Dialogue Manager will wait until that is done and then continue on after that. So there is that, but with Dialogic you already have the text input like in place. So which is why it's another reason why I really do like Dialogic over Dialogue Manager. But there are definitely more advantages with both depending on your use case. Just in my use case, Dialogic is like the way to go, at least for now, but I wouldn't mind dabbling in Dialogue Manager for a bit just to see how it is. That has been my review of both Dialogue Manager and Dialogic. I feel like my one has been a little bit more in-depth maybe compared to maybe other people's review of it. I don't know. I've only seen like one other review of both, and I felt like it was a little bit of a basic review, so I wanted to give my own review, which is a little bit more in depth, and hopefully this might help anyone watching this have an idea of what both are like. I didn't go like super in depth with both systems, but I just wanted to try my best to convey to you the parts that I like the most. But anyway, everyone, thank you so much for watching. I hope this has helped you. I hope you all have enjoyed. If you did enjoy it, please do leave a like, and see you all next time. Peace out, everyone.